wandered about aimlessly, then peeked out the window through the gaps in the curtains to stare at the dark, rainy night. What the hell am I doing? Hanging about the VIP room this late just because that fight with Maria is still eating at me? This is totally pointless. Beatrice. Just when did that strange witch start living in this mansion? Grandfather's always yelling about Beatrice. Since it's apparently the name of his dead mistress, people started talking about how her ghost must haunt this mansion. There's that kid's horror story about the witch in the forest, which might be a ghost story made by the adults to stop the kids from going in there. The portrait grandfather had hung in April was really striking. There was also that weird epitaph. Creepy words on that, which sounded like some sort of ceremony with human sacrifices, made the name of Beatrice seem all the more unnerving. At some point, those stories mixed together, and now people say that the witch, Beatrice, exists. I don't believe in Beatrice, because I know she's just a fictional person made by the fusion of a few horror stories. The Beatrice who was grandfather's mistress probably did exist, but she wasn't a witch. She was Italian. Even worse. The story of the Witch of the Forest was made up by the adults to prevent their kids from getting lost in the woods. But that was just a made-up story, not reality. In fact, I've heard that the adults here once scared the kids with stories about wolves living in the forest. Apparently the kids realized that wolves couldn't possibly be there, so it was changed to the witch. When the portrait was hung, that once vague character suddenly had a face, and people acted as though she had been around since long ago. That's right. It's all a ghost story someone made, a fiction. And Maria calls Beatrice her best friend, and the servants worship her like a household shrine. I just don't get it. It creeps me out. No. This is someone, fucking with her, right? But like, oh, that's fucking terrifying. The sudden ring of the phone made me jump so hard I thought my heart would explode. There was a phone on the bedside table across from the one with the doll, and it was ringing noisily. However, I was only surprised by the first ring. By the time I had rung 3 times, I'd regained my cool enough to grumble about this being a prank done by someone trying to scare me. If I rush to pick it up, I'll probably hear someone laughing at me, saying, "Were you scared?" I thought about ignoring it instead, but it kept on ringing incessantly. It was a pretty loud sound of going on and on this late at night. If Mom somehow manages to hear it from her room, I'm screwed.
Hey, 取るぜ。ああ、驚いたとでも言えばいいんだろ。
I decided to pick up the receiver. I'll just say it surprised me, wahaha. Maybe follow that up with, looks like Beatrice didn't show up after all. After all, this is my victory in a sense.
もしもし。
ベアトリーチェ、こんにちは。
え、マリア？
I don't get it. Did I hear that wrong? Why would Maria be calling here?
もしもし。
この間は楽しいお歌を聴かせてくれてありがとう。だからお返しにマリアもベアトリーチェに歌を習った新しい本。
The voice, the intonation, the manner of speech, all of it clearly belonged to Maria. But what's she talking about all by herself? Maria just kept on talking happily as I stood there, stunned and unable to interrupt. Eventually, Maria started singing an old familiar kid song that even I knew. I don't get it.
マリア？もしもし？ちょっと待てよ。なんなんだよ。わけがわかんねえぞ。もしもし？
Voice in the lights. Everything disappeared. Ooh. Ooh. In the pitch black, I couldn't see anything. Couldn't tell what was happening. I don't get it. What's going on? Does being in darkness really slow us humans down so much? I know it's dark, but I really have absolutely no idea what just happened. What was that shuffling sound just now? I'm not sure. I can't explain it. I heard an incredible slithering sound, like someone crawling out of a bed. I didn't think I'd heard it. It wasn't that vague. I definitely heard it happen right next to me, clearly. However, there was no change to the bed. No one had been sleeping there in the first place, and the sheets were still perfectly straight. Someone had crawled out of the bed and had laughed in a creepy voice before leaving the room. That's what it felt like. Felt like? I'm here and the bed's right there. I'm not only in the same room, I'm right next to it. So why am I so unsure about what happened just a few seconds ago? I gripped the receiver, which had gone completely silent, and waited there alone, unable to move, in a quiet room that seemed exactly identical to the one I'd entered. Huh? What? If nothing's changed since the beginning, I can just pretend that the last minute or so didn't happen. And yet, if something has changed, that would prove that something really did happen.
なんだよ。なんでねえんだよ。
The doll. The doll, right? Did it fall to the floor? No, it's not there. No matter where I look from whatever angle, it's not there. The offering plate with the cookies and chocolate is still there. But the thing they were being offered to, the doll is gone. Bro. Ooh.
嘘だ。
Then what just happened? Is the Beatrice-sama doll supposed to have cackled out loud and left the room? No, that crawling sound was too loud to have been made by a doll. It was a noisy sort of sound, like a kid playing with a blanket and using it as a cape. Then what? Is that Beatrice-sama doll supposed to have turned into a human and then run cackling from the room? After that, nothing happened. The doll alone disappeared and nothing else changed. In a VIP room that had remained completely unchanged and was filled only with the sound of wind and rain, I stood there, too shocked to move.
人形は結局見つかったの？
物陰からベッド、それこそ中でも見つからなかった。
一体あの部屋で何があったと考えてる？
ベアトリーチェ様のたたりなんて、あるいは使用人の誰かのいたずらだったかもしれねえ。
いたずら？
マリアの声はあらかじめカセットテープに、それを午前2時ちょうどに電話して再生、そしてほどほどのところで配電盤か何かでそれからあらかじめ貴賓室のどこかに隠れてた。そう考えりゃ辻褄は合うぜ。
釈然とはしてないようだな。
そりゃそうだろう。だってこれが私を脅かすためのいたずらだとしたら大掛かりが過ぎるぜ。
They made Maria sing beforehand and recorded it. Then someone called the VIP room and replayed that recording. Then someone waited until exactly the right time and tripped the breaker for the VIP room. To turn off the power to the VIP room, you'd have to go to the basement. There's a switchboard booth down in the boiler room. There's no phone line down there, so you'd need a different person to play back Maria's tape. And you need another person to hide in the VIP room and cackle before leaving. And just how long would this last person have to hide in the VIP room beforehand? How long would they have to hide in the pitch-black VIP room under the bed, for example? Waiting to scare Jessica, who might or might not even come.
魔女のたたりなんてあるわけもねえぜ。でもよ、人間のいたずらだと考えて私を驚かせるためだけに何時間も暗闇で待ち構えてたって考える方、私はよっぽど薄気味悪いぜ。
同感だな。いっそたたりの方がマシ。そのことを後日使用人たちには
聞いたって、とぼけるに。それに最低3人だぜ。あの日は源氏さんと郷田さんと熊沢さんとシャノンの4人が泊まってた。そのうちの3人があんな薄気、わけわかんねえ。だから私は聞けなかった。
True, it had been a strange experience for her. But it wasn't something completely impossible for humans to do. Even so, it really must have been more unnerving to imagine a large number of people planning so carefully just to scare Jessica. It's no surprise that Jessica found this scarier than Beatrice's curse.
今でも使用人たちがお前をはめたと信じ。
いや、多分ビビっちまった私のきっと人形はどこかに転げ落ちて、私が
すべて 気のせいだったと言いたいのか。
Yeah, that looked like a pretty large doll, not gonna lie. Like, it probably fell and I just couldn't find it. Bro, if it fell, like, you'd know where it would land, right? It's one thing for, like, auditory hallucinations, you heard the cackle, like, you know what? I've been there, okay? Maybe not specifically cackling, but I've heard voices and shit. Don't call the doctors.
人形が消えた以外何の変化も証拠もない。マリアにも後日聞いたけど、歌のことも電話のことも知らないと言われた。とぼけたのか本当に知らないのかはわからないけれど、とにかくあの晩のあの出来事は私が確かにあったと言い張ってるだけで、何も証明することができない。
皮肉だな。たとえお前が本当にベアトリーチェに会ったと言っても、それ
しばらくはショックだったけど、あれは臆病な私が落雷か何かで一瞬だけ停電、庭木の枝がちぎれてバサバサ落ちろと誤解したんじゃないかなって思えるようになった。
笑い声は
変な鳥の鳴き声とかとにかくそう聞こえてしまう何かの聞き間違いだったかもしれねえ。私は強がってるだけで、本当は信じられないくらい臆病だったん
No,
だ。
I believe it.
だからあんなことがあったようにそう考えるようにして、あの晩のことを忘れようと自分に強く。
全ては闇の中か。
人間忘れようと思えば結構できるもんだよな。以来ベアトリーチェという言葉を聞くたびに嫌な気持ちがこみ上げる。でもそれを顔に出さないように努めてる。おしまい。私に話せるのはこの程度の話だけだぜ。情けない話だから誰にも内緒に、私がビビリだったって誰にも知られたくねえからな。
わかった。最後に一つだけ
貴賓室のことで？
違う。食堂でのことだ。
食堂？
お前の階段の直前の親族会議の日、食堂には親族全員が揃ったな。
Except Kitty and Rosa. When she actually had like the fallout with Maria, the argument, Rosa wasn't there, and neither was Kitty. Kitty was supposedly attending to Angie, and Rosa, who the hell knows? I don't think that was ever explained where Rosa went.
ああ、当時はまだバトラは戻ってなかった。それ以外は全員いたよ。もちろんじいさまは除くぜ。
エンジェは腹痛で空席だったな。それはお前の。
そうだぜ。
それはお前の右の席だった。
そうだぜ。それが何か？あれ？おかしいな。
十分だ。
Wait, whoa, hold up. The seat to her right. God damn it, now I gotta try and fucking remember how the seating works. What side would Jessica be on? The seat to Jessica's right. So there's the head, right? There's the head. Obviously it's empty because that's where Kinzo would sit. Then if like, okay, so if we imagine like a table, alright? And then like the head is at the top of the table. On the left would be Kraus. Across from Kraus would be Ava. Then Rudolph. Rosa, there we go. Then Joyce. The seat to Jessica's right. Who should be sitting right next to Jessica? It depends. If Jessica herself is on the right, there's another. The younger generation is like 216. Blah blah blah. This is the lights on. There's the seat. So then it would go. So no fucking know. That means what's the right? No. I don't know. I'm trying to think what's on here. There's another side. On right. On right. There's on right. Because then like Maria's across from her. No, on right. Right. How much is this? I don't remember. I don't know, I've been thinking too hard about this. I don't think, I think I'm in the right area of where I'm thinking. but I don't think I'm getting to the point the story wants me to be. That the story wants me to be getting to. It's like, no, there's a point. Or is Will just about to tell me anyway? Go ahead. Yeah, no, you know what? You're right. Jessica doesn't even know the context of everything. I've read the last 6 stories. I still advise not thinking. I'll just get a headache. I can attest.
どうしたんだい、ジェシカ。
You're not real.
何を悩んでるんだい？
いや、その
That's another thing I was thinking. Like, if it didn't imply something about... Maybe it's not necessarily the seeding implying something about Angie, but implying something about Leon here.
右。
どうビル？ジョージ兄さんやジェシカに何か聞けました？
まずまずだ。ベアトリーチェの階段はなかなか面白かった。
階段？どんな話ですか？
午前2時の貴賓室にベアトリーチェ、なかなかおっかない話だったぞ。
誰が言い出した話か知りませんけど、仮にも当主様の恩人を階段にしてしまうなんて失礼な。
模範解答だな。
何か？
リオンは碑文はわかるか？
碑文？何の話です？
Ooh.
ベアトリーチェの肖像画のところ。
すみません。何のことかさっぱり。
懐かしき故郷。
何ですかそれは。
お前の、いや、肖像画はあるのに碑文はねえのか？
玄関ホールに掲げられてるベアトリー。しかし碑文の何の話です？
面白い違いだ。
True, true. True, true.
リオンはずっと六軒島で暮らしてきたな。
無論です。それが何か？
子供の頃、森には近づくなと脅されてたはず。
ええ。迷子になって危ないから決して近づくなと昔。
森には魔女が出ると？
魔女？何の話です？
黄金の魔女にしてベアトリーチェ。
ベアトリーチェはおじい様の恩人。それを魔女だか妖怪だかのように扱うのは少々失礼かと思いますが。
魔女のベアトリーチェは知らない。
黄金と共に潜水艦でやってきたベアトリーチェと隠し屋敷であなたと一緒にさっき知ったではありません。それがいつ魔女になったんです？
なるほど。では森に入ると何が出ると？
森には狼が住んでるから近寄るなと。
魔女でなく狼か。なるほどな。
Okay.
面白い。
That is an interesting
私は
development.
面白い。何の話です？魔女って何のことですか？
こっちの話だ。最後にもう一つ聞きて。
どうぞ。
親族会議の食堂でお前の右には誰が座ってる？
Who sits to your right? It depends on what side of the table she's sitting at. Wow. I need an answer to this question.
私の向かいは妹のジェシカ。
Your little sister Jessica sits across from you. Okay. What side do you sit on? Well, no. Then we can imply things, right? If no matter what side she's on, right? If Leon's here and Jessica's here, or if Leon's here and Jessica's here. Nope, that was switching up. Well, it couldn't be that. Couldn't be that. Leon would have to be here. Because if it goes left to right, does it? I don't fucking know. I don't remember the order of this table. It's like oldest on one side, and then the next oldest on the other side, and then you just go. I don't know if it goes left, right, or right, left. Right, left doesn't seem like it'd be like the normal way to go, but also this is Japan we're talking about. Right, left ain't anything new to them. But if we go based off of left to right, like if the oldest meaning, like if the order started with Kraus on the left, and then jumped over to Ava on the right, and then we just go down that road, that means if Jessica sits across from her, then you would assume that Leon is on the left, and Jessica's on the right. So if Leon is on the left, who would sit to Leon's right? That would be either Angie or Maria, depending on where this story's going. Okay. But then Jessica's empty seat was to the right, which if Jessica is on the right side, would imply that the empty space was for someone that's in between George and Leon. How old is Leon, actually? How old is Leon? Is she young? Fuck me. Is she older or younger than Bella? Can I get a confirmation here? First child, huh? She's under 20. Okay, that's something. In 86, she's under 20. Battler. Okay. Just looking this up shouldn't trust this. This will spoil anything. Trust me. No spoilers will be marked, right? The website will be doing this. Let's click on Leon. Major spoiler warning. Do not read any further. Okay, I just want to close my eyes, kinda. Born in 67, so that means they're 19. Okay, so I want to see. Close out the tab. All I want to look at. Boom, look at that. Yeah, it's fucking spoilers. Don't worry about it. So they're 19. They're 19. Well, they're not quite 19 technically because this is you know the game takes place in October, and then the wiki says it was in November. But regardless, let's just play off with 19. So let's say 19 for easy reasons. That would make how old is George? He's out of high school, right? Right? What do I know? I don't know, man. George. Born. Oh, George's 23. Okay, yeah, I'm old. So George's 23, and if he was 1967. Okay. And Ballard said, so Ballard, year 15 included, would be younger than Leon. If we're playing on Ballard would be younger. Because he's born in 68. He's a T. He's younger. So you're going to go to Ballard. So Ballard was still 69. Let's suggest him. And I heard he's fucking green energy. So I know. Maria, oh, wait, 9. I know Maria's 9. It's only bigger. And 6. Before you got 6. He was always alive in 18. And 6. So yeah, if you go off this, that's not right. And 6 people have just right. There's no one that was older than Leon. Even though George. So yeah. So basically, that's why we're not. That's what I do. Oh, it's rank, not age. Fuck. So anyway, so it goes siblings in order of age, and then it's in order of rank. Wait, is that how it goes? Is it in order of rank? That doesn't make sense. No, that's not yeah. It's in order of rank. So. And it's in order of age, that's rank. Okay, Rosa. And it's in order of rank. How's it go? Okay, let me call that. It's in order of rank. No, you're right. Everything's order. What? No. Yeah, we're rank. George. That's right. Next one. George. That's right. So we're rank. Each year. Doesn't matter. No. That's just whole. Rank. That's not rank. That's not after. That's not after. That's what it is. That's what it is. It was like George. And George. Okay, so okay. Sorry, I figured that one. Who sits to your right at the dining table, which would be George? Uh-huh.
だからジョージ兄さんですけれど、それがな。
なるほどな。紛らわしく入り混じってやがる。だが面白い。
私には全然さっぱりですが。
And he doesn't elaborate. That's awesome. What the fuck was the point they were trying to make there? Like, all of a sudden, Jessica got all fucking weird. Did she forget that she had said that Rosa had left? That Rosa wasn't there? She said that that Angie was the only one that was gone. But even though she had already said... What the fuck is going on anymore? I don't know.
分かったんですか？ベアトリーチェを誰が殺したのか。
ああ。
Don't think about it. You'll get a headache.
大体な。
Tell me, Will.
まさかとなどとおっしゃるつもりはないでしょうね。
ベルン・カステルが求めてるのは1986年のベアトリーチェを誰が。
その今年のベアトリーチェという魔女のベアトリーチェとは何の話？さっきの話といい、
Hey,
自
shush.
分とやらの話といい。
Hey, you, cutie, shush.
そろそろ教えてくれませんか？
No. He doesn't have to explain shit. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why did this just click for me? Like, obviously, yo, Mr. Willard Wright here is like some kind of play on Phoenix, right? Okay, that's pretty obvious, you know. Last name being Wright. He's like this truth seeker kind of person. He's got the blue outfit going. Why did I just realize that his counterpart is, you know, all decked out in the red fit? Pretty obvious who they're trying to... Yeah, okay. Okay. I don't know why that just clicked for me. Well, I was about to say something like, you're not fucking, yo, Mr. Wright's opponent here. But I mean, like, if, yo, you're kind of, yo, bringing the vibes of, yo, who typically does kind of cross paths with Mr. Wright every now and again, then, you're not too wrong there.
いいだろう。もったいぶる気もね。
Oh, thank you, Will. Ugh. I hate motherfuckers who string me
まず
along.
はじめに魔女のベアトリーチェとはな。
厳密には人ではない。黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェという名の
階段そのものだと。
さらに厳密には階段さえも概念。
話がさっぱりです。
階段は本来三人称や二人称、それを一人称。
自分がベアトリーチェだと誰かが自称。
六軒島の悪霊伝説や子供金蔵が繰り返すベアトリーチェの嘆きで就職されて、
Okay.
その架空の魔女に憧れてそれに
And then someone...
答えたやつがいる。
True. Literally.